Here we go.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Okay. Today is February 20th, 2024. Yeah. This is the Health and Wellness Show. I am your host, Sister Deitra, and I have another partner, Sister Stacy. She might show up, but we'll see.
She's here.
Oh, is she? Okay. See, I can't tell who everybody is here. Oh, okay. But anyway, but it's good to have you all here. It's a nice sunny day over here on the east side of Detroit, St. Clair Shores. The sun is shining bright. How are you all feeling?
Well, we got some sun over here as well in the middle of Detroit, downtown Detroit.
Yeah.
Sunny. Yeah.
Yeah. Cold.
Yeah. Say, don't fool yourself and go outside without a coat.
I know, right?
The frost, the frost is real out there.
Yeah. But you know something, what I really, truly appreciate is the sun, because it has made the coldness a little better, believe it or not. I don't know how it does it, but it does for me.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, we're going to move to our oracle reading. I'm going to pull it with you all on the line right now. Let's see what we get today. Oh, let me quiet my little mind for a moment. Okay, who do we get? Interesting. It's called, the one that I pulled was called Asase Ya, which means joy. Hey, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's it. It's a joy.
Hey.
Hey. That's right. I don't know if you all can tell she's nursing a child.
Okay, I thought, yeah. Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to see all that little stuff going on, but yeah, let me read out what she says to us. 16. Okay. The goddess of joy. She is of the warrior temple and of the bush element. Goddess Asase Ya rules life and death as the joyful crone celebrated as Mama Earth. Her energy is loving, fertile, and nurturing, and her name is invoked at major life transitions. Her name is invoked at major life transitions. And her guidance is, your happiness matters. Joy is sacred. Your laughter waters the earth. And the embodiment is, you deserve to be happy. It is safe for you to feel good. Allow yourself to feel joy with no limits. This is self-love. Your happiness doesn't need to look like anyone else's. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. I'm going to say that again. If you can't imagine it, you won't be able to live it. Well, that's a deep. Giggle therapy break. Close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes and see yourself joy-filled. Now laugh with your mouth and your eyes wide open. Try to release feel-good endorphins. Let's give it a try. Laugh. Okay, and the goddess declaration is, I feel like me when I'm happy. I feel like me when I'm happy. Whew, okay, all righty. Any thoughts on the reading today?
I love it.
I do too.
I love that. Yeah, you feel like more like yourself when you're in joy and
yes,
and happiness, and Yeah, yeah.
You know what? In something that kind of steps out for me is it always says you're safe to feel happy. You're safe to feel this way and this way. It's
Mhm.
safe to feel good. We have heard this time and time again on a number of these readings that it's safe, you know, and it's interesting how it's important for us to know that we're safe, you know, because sometimes I don't know, we feel like I shouldn't be able to do certain things. But they do say you're safe. It's safe to feel good. It's safe.
Mhm. That's the
That's
only way
interesting.
that good things can flow to you, is that your
Right.
energy, your vibration is of joy and of happiness and excitement.
Yes.
And then those things that make you happy will continuously come to you if you uh, walk through life where every moment you're in search of and being joyful. You
Yes.
allow that to come in. You allow, you will, yeah, I'm just thinking of something that sometimes you don't want, uh, you don't want to be happy with a person because you don't want them to enjoy you and want to continue coming around you. Is that
Right.
silly? But it is true. Um, yeah, I have a
Yes.
person in my life that um I enjoy her, but when she's on the negative side, it is so um was because she's a lot better now, a
Okay, good.
lot better. And would be negatives. And so when those moments of like everything's like cool, we cool, we cool, we cool, I'm a little hesitant on wanting her to hang out all the time because
Yeah.
those times of were fewer than the negative.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, and you know, we live on ups and downs, on hills and valleys. So sometimes we're up, where we might start going down into the valley sometimes. It's just life, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I can see you being aware of that with her too.
yeah. But that's not good. That doesn't excuse me
Right.
in that, so I had to work on myself and
Yeah.
what did I bring that would bring that? Even though
Right.
I'm like, oh God, do you have to be so negative? But if my expectation is that it's always going to be joyful,
Yeah.
and I can even state that we're going to have a joyful time. We're going to have, we're going to work on, we using that joy today.
I know that's right. There
Joy,
you
joy,
go. There you go.
joy.
Yep. Just speak to it. Speak
Let's
it.
have, we're gonna
That's
have
right.
a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time together.
Mhm.
That's true.
But
Yeah, but
I had, go ahead, Mom.
I was just gonna ask, what do you do when the person, your friend, they're talking to you, but it's from the past? I mean, because you want to hear them because it's obviously something they have to heal,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm,
they talk from their past, you know,
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
like it's, happening all over again, or it's like still relevant and germinating in their soul, and it's like, oh, I don't know what to say.
I guess one thing is just to bring them to now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Bring them to now.
That's right.
So yeah, girl, I get it. But right now, we having a good time and we
Mm-hmm.
get to create a new future, a new now, a new now, a new now,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
a new now.
Yeah,
Bring him or her, bring them right here. I had to do that for myself, especially,
Mm-hmm.
right. Me too.
when I've gone through something that was really traumatic and I know that that's going to be right in my face for the rest of my life. Then I get to choose. And I remember when I went through finding out that my husband had a baby, I had that book, The Power of Now, was so present. It was so helpful because when I
Yes.
would think about the future and I would think about what they did in the past and what I did, I would just tell myself, okay, be present, be present.
Right.
Come to now. You're okay right now. You're okay right
That's
now.
right.
You're okay right now. And that really, really helped me. So bringing a person to the present. Because that don't feel good anyway, it doesn't, honey? No, it don't. Well, come on, let's get right here. Right.
Right.
Hang with me. We doing good right now, right now. And
Mhm.
That's
the
perfect.
future nouns will take care of themselves.
Okay.
Then I gave myself 1 year. 1 year. And I said, that's enough. So I told myself, no more, not all of tears. Now, have I cried? Yeah. But they were short and just, okay, you get 1 year. I mean, you can say that around grieving or anything. You can tell your body and your mind and yourself, you got
Yes.
1 year. Okay, it's time to complete that. You're not going to linger in that. We still
Right.
get to say, even though it's within ourselves, we get to say.
That's true. Well said. Well said, Queen.
And
Does anyone else have anything to say about this?
I know Pam Starr had written in, no one can make you feel anything without your participation.
That's true.
Okay.
All righty.
Hey,
All
I'd like to
righty.
say,
girl. Say,
I think that reading was good and it was right on time. So thank you all for that. I really like the joy, and I love that it said about being fertile because I
Yeah.
need that. And I actually like what Queen Aduni just said about a time frame because with dealing with certain people in the uh friend that she was with, because I have some of those people around me, and I know I probably can participate in that as well. But giving us ourselves a time frame is good because, it talked about transition.
Yes, it did.
So, I y'all know that's where I have been. I don't know if I told y'all, but a couple weeks ago, the chapter closed. So the car said that we deserve to be happy, and I deserve to be happy. So
Yes.
I really enjoyed that this morning. And
Good.
I
Good.
was happy before, but I'm gonna be even happier now, and I'm looking forward to what God is gonna do in my life in a new chapter.
That's right. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm sitting here right now with the furnace down. It's cold. But I'm like, oh, I still feel joy. But you know what? I felt joy all day yesterday, even though it was down and it was cold in the house. But you know what? The furnace guy pulled up. He's working on the furnace right now. We're getting a new furnace. It's going to be good eventually. So it's like, even in the midst of things not being ideal the way you want it, knowing that, tomorrow is a new day. It's another minute, another hour. This might change. Everything could be much better. So, that's what's happening with me. So I feel this joy. I feel it. And I'm thankful and I'm embracing it all joy. It's all joy. Count it all joy. Ain't that what you say?
all joy.
And I remember with Bishop Ellis, he used to say, joy bells keep ringing in my heart. Oh my God, I love that song. Joy bells, joy bells. Yes, they're ringing. They're ringing. So this is
Stacy,
good.
embrace us this morning, girl.
I know that's right.
I know that you have to, like you were saying earlier, I think Evelyn was saying there's times that you have times in your life where you're going through a whole lot of things and you can't kind of find that joy. So it has to be a mindset that you have to say, okay, so I have a choice on whether or not I'm going to let this bother me or not. But sometimes stuff in the heat of the moment, things bother you, and you can get angry and stuff like that. And then you have to bring yourself to a place mentally where you can focus on reaching out for that joy and bringing it back into your life, because sometimes joy is absent and you got to bring it back.
Right.
It's not always, it's always there, but we have to reach out and get it and bring it back into our lives in moments where we're not feeling it. Because
you know what? I want to share
up.
this. I shared this. I thought when you were speaking, Stacy, I thought about water. Like water, if it's on a hill, it's going to come down. And that's what it reminds me of. We always have to go to our space of go back to where we need to be. Because water will not stay on the top of a slope. It's going to come down. It's always going to come down. So that just reminded me of water when you said that.
Yeah. And I know for me, I know there's, things that make me really angry. And I have to learn how to take that anger and put it in the right place.
Right.
Because if you don't, it could, stir up stuff in you, make you sick, bring
That's
anxiety, stress, and stuff like that. So sometimes things come into our lives, like for me, just prime example, when people steal from me and lie to me, it makes me really, really, really angry.
Yeah.
Really angry, like steaming, fuming, raging angry, just to keep it 100 and, to be transparent.
Yeah.
So I have to learn to take that anger and figure out what I'm going to do with it, because I know what makes me angry. And so now I have to figure out, okay, so when this happens again, what am I going to do?
Right.
Am I going to allow it to consume me, or if I'm going to choose a different path to allow the joy to come into my life? Because sometimes we think we don't do things, we think we don't deserve what people do to us. Like, why did you steal from me? Why are you lying to me? Why? And you're like, you feel like, what did I do to deserve this? But I feel like God has allowed us to go through certain things because there's something in us that we need to. And
that's true.
God knows that when people steal from me and lie to me, it makes me angry. So it's something about that anger that God wants me to remove in my life, and I got to figure out.
When we learn that it's only one, it's only us, it's only one, all of us are connected. So if somebody's stealing and lying, it's a part of you that's connected to that issue too. What part am I connected to that? Yeah, that makes it, that brings it home. It's like, oh my God, this part of me too was happening.
Yeah, you got to do a deep dive. You got to do a deep dive. You got to ask yourself some serious questions and get the answer and seek for the answers, because that's what I'm doing right now. I got to figure it out. Yeah.
Right. Thanks for sharing, Stacy.
Okay.
Let's see. Woo. Okay. That was enough right there for me. But anyway, we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to do the presentation. This presentation is actually in regards to sleep. And while you watch the video that Queen is going to play, it's actually called Left-Sided Conscious Sleep. And I want you to think about, how do you sleep from every day? We have been living for many years, and every night we go to sleep, I guess. And so think about, how do you sleep? So we're going to watch a video, and as you listen to the video, think about it, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, Queen.
Booby KB.
Okay.
Sleeping in one position rather than another. Some people sleep on their stomachs, some on their right side and some on their left side. Then there are those who love to do it curled up in a fetal position, and those on their stomach. And again, there are those who love wearing pajamas and those who don't. There are those who love having blankets on and those, however, who want to feel free. Well, if you are among those who have never asked themselves the problem, thanks to the Zen story that follows, you will discover what happens if you sleep on your left side. So stay until the end, because what you will hear will leave you breathless and will make you seriously reconsider the way you are used to sleeping. But before continuing, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you are informed when we publish new content. In a quiet Buddhist monastery located among the mountains of Japan, immersed in the serenity of the gardens, the elderly and wise monk Shinzo decided to dedicate a special evening to sharing profound truths about the way we are used to sleeping. The moon, bright and round in the night sky, seemed to bless the atmosphere of contemplation that spread among the devoted disciples gathered in the main hall. Shinzo, sitting on a tatami, began to speak in a calm voice, as if his words were a light breeze that caressed the minds of those who listened to him. Today, dear disciples, we will see why sleeping on your left side is the best thing you can do for your physical health and emotional well-being, the monk began. We will explore together the profound connections between the practice of left-sided sleep, the benefits for our body and spiritual awakening. Finally, you will understand why Buddhist monks have been sleeping on their left side for centuries. While the disciples were increasingly fascinated and intrigued by the topic, Shinzo continued his speech. In the ancient Eastern tradition, the connection between the body, the mind, and the spirit was an essential part of the path to wisdom and balance. And sleeping on the left side has always been of great importance. This choice is not random, but reflects a profound understanding of the physiological and spiritual principles that guide the practice of sleep. The first advantage of sleeping on the left side, said the monk, is to achieve optimal lymphatic drainage. Lymph flows through our body, and it is important that it does so like a quiet river that flows gracefully through the earth. You should know that the left side of our body is the guardian of this vital flow because it carries with it a load of proteins, glucose, and other substances. Sleeping on this side is like offering a clear path to the river, allowing our body to rid itself of toxins, a bit like a river carries the dry leaves of drifting trees. With a benevolent look, Shinzo turned to his disciples, masterfully narrating the second gift. The stomach and the pancreas are a bit like the deities of our internal temple, said Shinzo. When we lie on our left side, we create a sacred space for the dance of these two organs, which cause gastric juices to move with the grace of dancers in a theatrical performance. You see, sleeping like this isn't just a physical act, it's an invitation to an internal celebration, a silent celebration of enzymes preparing our body for a new day. The monk, happy to see the disciples so interested in his words, continued talking about the third gift deriving from sleeping on the left side, purification, a true nocturnal ritual. Resting on your left side, he said, facilitates the flow of digestive waste, like a stream flowing through fertile soil. The intestine becomes the garden where nutrients are deposited, and in the morning, our body prepares for an elimination ceremony, a daily rebirth. Under the soft light that filled the room, Shinzo elaborated on another benefit of sleeping on the left side, talking about the love of the heart. Our heart is the ruler of our body, he said with a smile. By sleeping on the left side, we offer the heart a perfect backdrop for its work. The aorta, its messenger, starts in a majestic arch towards the left side, like a traveler crossing a bridge, making the journey easier and the blood flow more harmonious. The monk stood up slightly as if dancing along with his tales and continued with the fifth gift. And now, let's talk about the spleen, the devoted handmaiden. This hidden organ, guardian of our life force, finds peace when we lie on our left side. Bodily fluids become messengers of this peace, making their way to the spleen like pilgrims arriving at a secret sanctuary, nourishing and invigorating.
And how have you slept until today? Write it in the comments and let's discuss the topic. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the video, leave a like and share it. You will help us produce new content every day for your spiritual growth.
With a deep gaze, Shinzo introduced the sixth gift with a touch of poetry. Like nature following the course of the river, sleeping on the left side is an act of connection with gravity, the silent master who guides our journey night. The force of gravity becomes the guardian of the pathways of our lymphatic drainage, a silent companion that accompanies our body through its purification ritual. In resting on the left side, the master continued, we also find balance between body and mind. Sleeping on the left side is not just an act of comfort for the internal organs and for our body in general. Ancient Oriental wisdom teaches us that this way of resting enriches our health and our connection with the internal and external world. It is a true hymn to life, which reveals itself in the dreams and quiet of the left side. Sleeping in this way then is not just a rest for the body, but an opportunity for inner awakening and spiritual awakening. While the world lies in deep sleep, we, as practitioners of left-sided conscious sleep, we immerse ourselves in the depths of being. It is a sacred moment in which the mind frees itself from the chains of everyday thought, opening subtle doors to universal awareness. Shinzo, still smiling at his disciples, explained the concept of the balance between yin and yang in sleep. The left side, in its more yin nature, envelops us like an embrace of the night. The quiet that arises from this practice is a gift, an offering to our inner essence. Through concrete examples, Shinzo told of nights in which the monks, immersed in the practice of conscious sleep on the left side, felt the energy flow like a calm river crossing their being. The vital energies, in harmony with nature, dance while the body rests, creating a harmony that resonates in the entire monastery. The benefits of this practice, therefore, go far beyond the physical aspect, involving the spiritual one. Delving deeper into the analysis of the physical benefits, Shinzo told of elderly monks who, by embracing this practice, had experienced greater flexibility and strength in their meditation practice. Sleeping on the left side thus becomes a perfect complement to the search for enlightenment, preparing the ground for the mind and body. The monk, between one story and another, underlined the importance of bringing this awareness into everyday life, making it a healthy habit to never give up. It is not only in the quiet of the monastery that we can cultivate this practice, he underlined. Let us bring it with us into our homes, honoring our body as a temple in which the sacredness of the night resides. Shinzo, focusing on the sounds of the cicadas and the river that could be heard around the monastery, added, nature itself teaches us the importance of aligning our sleep with the flow of the world. The left side, like a leaf cradled by the wind, connects us to this eternal dance. As his disciples listened with great interest, Shinzo shared other important benefits of sleeping on the left side. Sleeping on this side, he said, facilitates breathing, creating a harmonious synergy between the flow of air and the beating of the heart. When you lie on your left side, your trachea and esophagus take on a more natural and straight position relative to your spine. This alignment facilitates the passage of air through the trachea and towards the lungs, facilitating freer breathing. Additionally, the diaphragm, the main muscle involved in breathing, is located under the lungs. Sleeping on your left side allows your diaphragm to move more freely, promoting deep, smooth breathing. And the location of the heart on the left side of the chest is another key element. Sleeping on this side, in fact, reduces pressure on the heart, and allows better blood circulation. Sleeping on your left side can help prevent acid reflux as well. With this position, the stomach sits lower than the esophagus, reducing the risk of gastric juices backing up into the esophagus. And then, added Shinzo. Sleeping like this offers natural support to the spine, maintaining optimal alignment for a tension-free awakening. Have you ever noticed, asked the monk, that the spine has a natural S-shaped curvature? When lying on your left side, this position better reflects the natural anatomical curvature of your spine, minimizing stress on your discs and joints. Remember, said the monk, that sleeping on your left side is not only a way to make your body rest better, but becomes a path to awareness and spiritual growth. Just as Buddhist monks, being aware of the interconnection between body and mind, have always adopted the left side as the privileged position for sleep, you too should get used to doing so. This way, both your body and your mind will feel better.
Well,
At
thank you,
Vistaprint,
Queen.
we can get you.
Thank you so much for playing that. And thank you, Stacy, for suggesting it. That was amazing. I mean, truly amazing for me.
Actually, Queen Adune suggested it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she brought it to both of our attention, and I thought it was a good idea. When I listened to it, I was like, wow, that's amazing, because I do sleep on my left side. However, I'd be moving all over the place. I don't end up on my left side. I go back to my left side when I realize I woke up and I get in this position. So it does
Right.
a lot of things, because I've had a lot of the things that they said that it helps with, like acid reflux. I notice when I sleep on my left side, I don't have that problem, because sometimes I don't always, like they'll say, if you have acid reflux, you're supposed to sleep on an upward tilt, not like this.
Yeah.
Upward tilt, and on your left side. But sometimes when you don't always do what they tell you to do, like don't eat for 2 hours, wait for 2 hours and then go to bed. And so I notice when I still eat and go to bed, that causes me to have reflux on that side. So when
Interesting.
I get reflux. So I don't get reflux as much as I used to. I get more heartburn than anything.
Yeah.
That has even gone down, sleeping on the
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for the testimony. That's good. Thank you for sharing that.
Evelyn,
Does any
her hand is
Well,
up.
yeah, as I was thinking about it, after I watched it the first time, I graduated. Okay, when I was younger, it was my stomach. My stomach.
Yes, me
That's
too.
where I slept, on my stomach. And then I said, "What?" And I never could sleep on my back. It was just impossible to sleep on my back. And so now, as I've gotten older, and actually, it's been maybe 15 years, I sleep on an incline because, I noticed I was having like the shoulder thing going on. And so I sleep with a pillow here so that my arm is not, I'm not resting on my arm so hard. And then I sleep with a pillow it's a pillow I've had for a while. I love it, but I sleep so that this indentation is filled in with a pillow on my left side. That's the way I sleep. But sometimes I wake up and I'm on my back. I'm off all the pillows and I'm down on the like,
Wow.
get here. Okay. And sometimes I turn over to my right, but it's weird. But yeah. Because used to be sleeping on my back was totally impossible. But yeah, I was so happy to listen to that. I was like, oh.
I know. I like the person that told the story. I mean, he sounded so joyful and calm, and I like the way he presented.
Yeah. I'd like to know I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
I just never thought about the benefits of one side or the other. I have a friend that she sleeps on her back, and I'm not remembering why, but was some benefit to her that And so I tried doing that. But like you, Mama Evelyn, I wake up, I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm
Right.
way that way, you know, all kind of different ways. But knowing though, never thought about what it's doing with our organs and stuff and how it
I
all.
know.
And as he was saying it, I could imagine like my heart. Okay, I'd like check. Okay, the heart is more on this side. And when he said the flow of things happening
Mhm.
while you're asleep, you know, to your organs. That
Mhm.
was amazing to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can sleep sitting straight up too. Not really, well, yeah, sort of straighten. It's weird. It's like I'm on a couch, it can't be too deep, and my back is supported, my neck is supported, my arms and shoulders are relaxed, my legs are up.
Yeah.
I sleep really good like this. It's good,
Okay. Okay.
really good like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what really stood out to me is the connection between the body, mind, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That it affects everything. It's no disconnect with any of that, you know. So it's a connection. That was good to hear.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If
Yes,
I
yes.
could step back to before the video to Stacy, and someone stealing from you or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it happened, the first step is forgiveness. That'll open the door for all the other things to happen. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to forgive them, for they know not what they do, even though they did it,
Evidently,
right?
Right.
Because they did it, right? But the forgiveness and the forgiveness of whatever was in your space and your energy or what has been done previous, whether it's this lifetime or before, but to forgive yourself for letting for that door being open to happen.
That's right. Yes.
And the
Yes.
healing, it won't be so devastating because I'm telling you, the power of forgiveness is like, you know,
Oof.
And sometimes we don't find the answer. I mean, why me and all of that. Sometimes it just is not going to come up enough. It may come up for years later. We need something right
Exactly.
now to get me out of this funk because I really want to slap the hell out of them, you know.
Right.
I don't trust them. I don't want them in my house anymore, whatever that thing is. But that first movement of forgiveness will keep your heart from being mean and hurt and something to
Yeah.
into that. That's a space where it is someone stole from me. I knew what it was I had put a practice in. And that practice was my debit card. Do not walk away. When you use it, Sheila, put it back immediately. I don't care if people are in line. Just step aside and put it in there before you make any other step. And so I had started that practice.
Yes.
So when it was gone, I knew that I had put it in there. I knew because I had that practice.
Mm-hmm.
It was in someone in the house. And when I was able to stand on the fact that I know I put it in here, then
Mm-hmm.
the truth came out. And
Yes.
I had to forgive her. Of course, I wonder what would make you, but I had to confront her and all of that. We're still friends today, as far as that's concerned. I do trust her. I know she'll never do that again. She's in a different space as well, though,
Yeah.
and her behavior is different. So, yeah, but I knew it. Like you said, you know who did it and what for. Well, maybe not don't know what for, but you know who did it. And that's where that forgiveness, and sometimes that's where the deliverance of the person comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I have
They
a
get
forgiving heart.
delivered. Huh?
I have a forgiving heart.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put a but in there. However, when you living with someone and they're living in the same household with you and they apologize over and over and then they lie about what they did when you know they did it, you don't trust them. And so you know that they're going to keep doing the same thing over and over because they have a behavior pattern that has not been broken yet. And
Yes.
so I have to constantly be living in forgiveness because I know that, okay, you took that, you said you're sorry, but you're going to take from me again tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's been going on for years and it hasn't stopped. So, you know, it's only going to stop when they're not living here anymore. Or
Yeah.
they decide not to do it, you know, to repent from it and turn away from it and decide to have a talk with me and say, you know, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry this time and help us to build that trust again. Because when you're living with someone that constantly steals and lies to you and you don't trust them, you have to constantly be in the mode of forgiveness. You know, what am I in for today? But you're gonna take me today, you know, and then after you take it, are you gonna tell me the truth about you taking it, you know? And you say, you know where it was at, you know, and it's little simple stuff like, you know, soap, you know, you took my soap. You say you didn't take my soap, but it's gone.
Yeah. It's only me and you in here.
You took it. Why are you lying about it? So tell me the truth. At least tell me the truth. You know, like I said, lie and truth. I mean, still and truth together. They hang out together. You know, you lie, you gonna you know steal. They just hang out together. So at least if you're gonna steal from me, at least tell the truth. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. So you know, at least I can halfway trust you. Like, okay, he's gonna say he didn't do it or whatever. But I'm like, give me a break here because you got in a constant mode of having to forgive all the time, and that's what God requires of me. Like I said, I don't want to say a but. I just want to say, however, you know, I have to. There's something that I know that I have to continually do, to make sure that I keep myself in a place of forgiveness, and that's not easy. I mean,
you know, when I was young, and well, I don't want to say it's stupid, but anyway, you know, I wanted something from the store and I didn't have any money. And I had to go there to get a certain thing. And the guy, are you going to pay for that? And I was like, oh, I don't have the money. So I put it back and I was really embarrassed. I was young. I was like 8. And then I didn't go into the store for a long time. And when I went back in there was this tea set I wanted. And I said, if I pay you whatever I come up with on a daily basis, can I put this in layaway? You know? And I got to half the price that I had paid it off, and he gave it to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that made me realize, you know, stealing but I'm wondering, is it considered stealing? Because my mother, God bless her, was an alcoholic. And she would go on binges. And money was a thing with her. And she would hide it like in cushions and drawers, tuck it up under something. And if I was cleaning, you know, and we always had, you know, you always have that throw over your couch to protect, you know, you pull it out to clean, and all of a sudden, you know, the change from where she bought, you know, a couple of beers, you know, like change from her $20 bills. And I'm like, found money, baby. Found
Right.
You know, if I find it, it's mine. I'm just saying. That was, you know, I was like, woo. That was you know what? When she first got her Social Security, because when my dad retired, because she couldn't get the Social Security until my dad retired. We went to the bank and she forgot. She was in the midst of dementia. She forgot that she had a bank account and money in there. So I would use her money to run the household.
Okay.
But she had $800. I tell you, to this day, I don't know what she did with it. Because I don't know whether somebody took it from her, because she had a habit of roaming the streets in the neighborhood. So somebody may have taken it from her. I just hope she wasn't hurt. And just one time when she got downtown, almost past where you live, where your shop is, Queen Adonis, she was walking, and Sheena's dad saw her and brought her back home. That was the last straw. I could not trust her to leave the house because I was scared something was gonna happen.
Oh, of course,
You had
yeah.
to really do something because I didn't want to, she has the home, she knew where her home was, and I didn't want to, she'd leave the door unlocked. We got our VCR stolen. I didn't care because I couldn't program it. But but at that time where she put herself at risk to really hurt herself, I said, okay, we got to figure out something to do.
Right.
But that stealing thing, yeah, just or taking something, not putting it back. It's a pet peeve. Or leaving something in my room. My daughter will come in here because she needs help buckling her bra and stuff. Leave her. Like anybody else's stuff left in my space.
Right.
That babe, that's why I stopped doing alterations too, because this one lady, she was a shopaholic, and she would QVS or whatever, QVC, and get one color, and one of every size. And then when she lost weight, she had to have it altered. So she would bring me all this stuff, and I would go, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life.
Right.
So I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Mama Eva.
You're welcome. But yeah.
I was just thinking after you said that when you was 8 years old, I was somewhere between 8 and 10 when I went to it was a candy store called Kresge. Well, I thought it was a candy store, but it was Kresge. Y'all remember Kresge?
Yes.
Anyway, when I was a kid, I walked over to that store because it wasn't too far from my home. And I was in there and I'm like, well, maybe that's why I'm suffering from what I'm going through, because I picked up a Baby Ruth bar. I'll never forget it. And I took that Baby Ruth bar and I stole it. And I kept looking behind me and I was running home, running. I was so scared that somebody was going to be behind me trying to get me all the way home. And from that day, I'm like, I'm never stealing again. I'm never stealing again, because it put so much fear in me.
Yes.
And so maybe that's why, I don't know. It's just something attached to that. It's like, I'm never stealing again. That candy bar wasn't even good.
I did that.
I don't want a Baby Ruth to this day because of that.
I used to tell the kids in Sunday school, I said, you can choose your sin, but you can't choose your consequence.
That part.
That's right.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is.
You don't know when it's going to show up, how it's going to show up, who is going to, and sometimes it'll show up from somebody you love and totally respect dearly. And that thing will show up. Let me tell you, karma was coming at me one time so tough. I was like, okay, God, I got it. I got it. That's enough. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I told God, that's enough. I got it.
I learned my lesson. But sometimes we can steal other things from people. I was just thinking about other things, because I was, like I said, you have to do a deep search. So I thought in my mind, so what could I have stolen from somebody that was not tangible?
Yeah.
Could I have stolen their peace? Could I have stolen things from it? And I Googled it. I said, what can you steal from people besides tangible things? And some of the stuff that came up was like emotional theft, manipulating or taking advantage of someone, or emotions or trust or well-being for your personal gain. Other people's ideas and inventions or creative works. There's a lot of different ways that we can steal that we may not realize we're stealing. And so I'm not saying I did none of that. I think I might have done some of this emotional stuff.
Yeah.
We are emotional beings,
Right, we are.
I'm pretty sure I've done some of this emotional stuff.
Yeah.
So now that's where I mean by doing that deep dive. I just, that one question, just like, okay, so let me figure out, because like you say, Lord, it's enough. Okay, I need to get this over with. Let me know what I did. Let me figure out what it is so I can get it over with, because I don't want to be dealing with this for the rest of my life, or if I have to. And maybe that might be one of my consequences or repercussions. Like I tell the kids, whenever you do something, there's going to be a consequence or repercussion. Just like that one kid wrestled with God and he had to walk around with a limp for the rest of his life. So is my consequence or do I have to deal with this for the rest of my life? if I do, I better resolve it in my heart real quick.
I know that's right. Oh, wow, that was greatly
You
Yeah.
shared.
get to, I believe that you get to choose to deal with it.
Mhm.
Because someone, let's just say that it happened and you did not allow yourself to go negative about it.
Uh-huh.
You saw it, it did not have that same impact. You was able to talk to them and say, look, you're gonna have to leave if this, because I don't want to have negative thoughts about you. Sharing the impact from you, how that person doing that, how it makes you, what you have to deal with. And I'm choosing not to deal with that anymore, which will eliminate that. I remember seeing something where it was saying that once the impact is not there anymore, that thing disappears, because it's coming to show us something, to help us to make choices, to whatever it is. But when it doesn't have the negative impact on you that it used to, then it doesn't show up anymore.
Oh, wow.
That is
Okay.
so true. That is so true. Because it
Yes.
has no space.
Right.
You don't leave no space for it. Because
Mm.
I've said in some other areas of my life, when I don't allow things to happen, that I don't give it space anymore. So it can't live there anymore.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that is so true.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Stacy,
Oh.
Yes.
I think somebody just wanted to be clean.
I
All
know.
right.
That the body
I'm
work.
glad you responded like that, because I meant it like that. I'm sorry. But yeah. And then, hey, Queen Aduni, I just want to see, hopefully your answer. The person that took that car, do you let them back in your house? If you don't mind me asking.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
She was living with me.
Oh, okay.
She was living with me, and so immediately I had to deal with that. She apologized, and yeah, and whatever. I mean, there's other things that yeah. I mean, she was living with me, so I didn't put her out or things like that. We had to deal with it, and I truly believe that she was apologizing, and that she was sincere, and that there was a true repentance in that. And, you know, the fact that she hurt me, but she wasn't doing it to hurt me. She was doing it for whatever these other reasons were, which included my son, because it was his girlfriend, but didn't think it through that taken from me to
Right.
whatever that thing was, you know, it wasn't going to get him. it was going to be me. So yes,
Yeah.
she did continue living until they split up.
Yeah.
But today, you know, she's um she's in church, and you know, she really is a great person. Just was mixed
Yeah.
up like all kind of, I mean, you know, really going through a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
I would not have had a problem putting her out if that were the case. You know, if I didn't see that was not going to happen.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you all for sharing. We are actually on the hour now. Stacy, you wanna share anything before we go?
Just about that left side sleeping again. I recently was told by someone that they have Hodgkin's cancer. Well, it's cancer. There's Hodgkin's, and it deals with the lymph nodes. And
Okay.
and it just made me think about her, because when you sleep on the left side of your body, like they said, the heart, the way it pumps. When I was in nursing school, they showed us how the heart pumps in a circular motion. And then when it comes over here on the left side of your heart, the left side of your heart pumps up, and it helps your heart pump better. And then it goes to every other organ in your body. And it perfuses those lymph nodes. And when you have Hodgkin's, when you have that cancer, it's a cancer of the lymph nodes. And a lot of people
Oh.
don't realize that our lymph nodes are like mini trash cans that are
That's right.
full of
That's right.
toxins and stuff like that that we have to empty out all the time. And with the good eating and different stuff like that, sleeping on their left side, if it facilitates the lymph nodes to empty those trash cans out and detox your body and get rid of it, I thought that was very amazing to know about this left side draining, along with some other things. But yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
empty
Thank you
those
for
trash
sharing.
cans. Yeah.
You know, because I would like to end by saying that I did sleep on my left side and it was restful sleep. It felt good. It really was a benefit for me. So I tried it. But I'm a stomach sleeper. So I like stomach, yeah, but I'm gonna start using that left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, use that left more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are
Okay,
at
Queen.
the end of the show, and great show, good information. I'm gonna post that about the sleeping in the Elizabeth. Maureen, are you in Elizabeth chat? And I need your phone number.
That sleeping is already in the Elizabeth's.
Oh, it is?
I saw it.
Oh,
Yep, it's there.
Good. Okay. All righty. So let's
Okay.
give ourselves a big old hug. Uh, and the world a big hug. And sprinkle all kind of happiness and joy and good sleep on the left side.
Right.
And we will talk to you. Let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday,
Yes.
and you have anything in particular, Mama Evelyn?
No, I just really feel we need to put all our efforts into that. I do have some guests I'm going to reach out to, a couple of people. But no, for tomorrow, I really, we can work on.
And then, of course, Thursday we have Rev, and then Friday we have Claudette. Awesome sister, Claudette. She came on when Rev was a guest, when she first started. And I don't know if she came on the show or she came on, I know she sat in for the Course in Miracles one time.
Okay.
When she went to Egypt. But she's very excited sister and a lot of information. She tells me she's Izis's daughter. So one of her daughters, whether it's by blood or by love. So she has a lot of wisdom. And she works with women in particular. She works with youth, but what she's going to talk about with us is our female energy and how powerful we are. So if possible,
sounds interesting.
All right. Ciao.
Oh, ciao.
Love you guys.
Love you.